about spirit guides basically because Kate is the expert in the spirit guide, like, region of stuff. She sees them, she goes and, like, interviews them, she talks to them, she's really in tune with what's going on with them. So I basically send everybody over there to her when they have spirit guide questions. But there are some things that I have discovered along my way, along my journey about spirit guides. So I'm gonna share a few of them with you guys. I've worked with people that had past life sessions when I mostly focused on past life work. I still do, but it doesn't come up unless it comes up. But I've had people who their spirit guide's name was like Philip, and we asked to see the past life with Philip, and they were their bartender in that life, and that was the person they went to for guidance a lot. So that was their spirit guide in their current reality. So that's one. Another cool thing I'll touch on about spirit guides is that when I helped my 13-year-old see their ancient Greek life, they are a soul fragment of a larger oversoul, which is Medusa. Multiple people are. They are not the only ones. But discovering this, it was no surprise to me that Medusa showed up as one of my spirit guides during a time when I was trying to clear things in the Greek timelines. Also, Medusa showed up as my spirit guide when I was trying to get rid of my ex. It made a lot of sense, and it was connected to my 13-year-old Chris. So your spirit guides will be a different dimensional form of people you have close to you in your current existence. Spirit guides are a little bit interesting in the fact that because, and I would feel like this would be true for most energy workers or tarot readers or people that are out there helping guide others, your spirit guides might be similar to mine, where I have one spot where it just rotates. It's like a revolving door. And what it does is the person that I'm going to work with, their spirit guide becomes mine. And a part of me becomes their spirit guide and magnetizes each other to each other so we can help. So your spirit guides, even though you have hundreds, you have some that come in, step in when they need to step in to help you with whatever you are working on. So if people are starting to watch my page and they have a spirit guide of me just show up that brings them to me, and I have a spirit guide of them that brings me to them, so we can find each other. If you're someone who knows who your spirit guides are, someone who has a relationship with them, you know them by name, you know them by the human name they want to be called, or you know them by their larger aspect self, their deity form or their God form or whatever, ask to see the life connected to them. Say, Spirit, please show me my life with Samson. I don't know, whatever the fuck their name is. And you will see how you know them. Then you can ask, or you can ask this, you can say, Spirit, who is Samson in my current life? And it'll be like, oh, that's your brother Tom. And it's like, oh, fuck, Tom is a part of Samson. Samson's part of Tom. Well, no fucking wonder. Samson helps me out with the same kind of shit that Tom helps me out with. But I listen to Samson when I don't really listen to Tom. Does this make sense? I keep saying, does this make sense? But I think it does. Here's a few things I've learned about spirit guides since working with Kate, since she's very good at seeing them, channeling them, talking to them, and all the other things. Spirit guides commonly are misconstrued in the spiritual and witchy communities as being human ancestors or angels. And that's not always necessarily the case. Sometimes they appear as something that you really like. Like Kate's had a spirit guide be a flower before, or even a banana. And they exist on a 8th dimensional plane or 7th dimensional plane, something like this. Sometimes 4th or 5th, but for the most part, those dimensions are humans. If flowers spark your creativity, you might have a flower spirit guide that talks, walks, and dances, because that's what sparks your ingenuity and your creativity, which I think is hella cool. And those dimensional forms always have such a great personality, but they're still aspects of you or someone. Another really cool thing that I've learned about spirit guides since working with Kate is this. Do you remember those like reality TV shows where all the celebrities live in one house together and it's like a really weird mashup? Like you've got someone from the music industry, someone from the movies, from TV, from YouTube, and they all live in one house together. Your active spirit guides, the ones that are working with you currently, kind of live in a house like that, and they have their own little spirit guide room. And then when you switch out to something else, they pack up and leave and new ones come in. So it's kind of like, what was that show on MTV? I was thinking of Reality Bites, but that's a movie that's based off of that same kind of stuff. But, you know, the Celeb Cribs or something. I don't fucking know. Like, Big Brother? I don't fucking know. What's the name of that fucking show? There's a bunch of them. But that goes along with how you have a mental space room, a sexual boiler room, a heart room. You've got all these rooms inside of yourself. You have spirit guide rooms. Reasons why you can't communicate with your spirit guide are very, 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 very simple. So simple that it's really hard to get to the root of the issue of them. Basically, your soul doesn't have amnesia, but when you're a human, you get amnesia. So the way that your computer system is set up, the way that your programming is set up, the way that your spirit guides are set up, is a specific way that it works just for you. Well, we go through things that happen to us in other past lives, which are happening at this current time, and they shut down our system. So they shut down either the intercom or speaker system inside of us, like inside of our ship, or the TV screen gets broken if you're more of a visual person, or there's some dimensional thing where the spirit guides are locked up. Yeah, that happens. And sometimes they communicate to us in such an easy way that we have no fucking clue they're doing it. Since a lot of my spirit guides are human, I'm going to go into that a little bit more. Okay, so having a human spirit guide, what do I mean by that? Casey Ray, my 3-year-old, is one of my main spirit guides, and she is in human form. When I'm on a live or I'm doing a session, if Casey Ray adds something to the session, like they come in and they need something, I can easily be like, I'm busy right now, I like go do something else. And sometimes I do, but a lot of the times I'll listen. And she actually has helped us with many, many, many puzzle-solving world adventures based off of like what she's showing us in this now physical moment. Like when we were cleaning up the Seraphim, which is a really long story. But I was on the phone with Kate. Casey Ray was in my bed with me, and she was pulling my hair. She doesn't do that. And I said, Kate, look at the hair. Kate's like, oh my God, there's bugs all in their hair. Or she'll like slip on a book, and I'll be like, careful, it's slippery. Like in the dimension where go a little bit more into your spirit guides giving you messages in your physical world. Okay, so we all know about the angel numbers, right? We've got that. Like 1111 or 1234, things like this. These are messages. I have mine personally set up. So like if people see 4s, they might think that it means balance. For me, that means rest. So if I see 4s, I'm not listening to my body telling me that I need rest. I don't see numbers very often anymore. 138 means transformation. 111s are confirmation for me. But for the most part, I don't see numbers anymore because I communicate with my guides in a different way now. When people are stuck going, what does this number mean? What does it mean? Why aren't my guides talking to me? Well, fucking set it up, bro. Tell them, I want 1s to mean this. I want 9s to mean this. You're in control. You know what I'm saying? And then when they show it to you, you don't have to question anything. Y'all let some white bitch named Doreen tell you what the numbers are. Working with someone the other day, actually Kate and I both were, and it was very clear that her spirit guides were sending her a message in her physical world, and she just kept going, I'm too busy for this. And she was like, I want messages, I want messages, I want messages, and she got the messages, and she was like, I can't do this right now. The message came in the form of her grandchild asking to sew up a stuffed animal. It was letting her know that she now holds the sewing kit for Fabric of Time, and also the animals from this dimensional video game needed assistance. So the person needed help with that. A lot of times we're going, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open, and then going like this. We do weird stuff as humans. I don't know. We all do. Also, they give a lot of messages in songs, like a lot. And a good bit of you have spirit guides that speak in songs. I'll go more into that. So when you get a message in song, and I've seen people on here that are like, hey, you know, if you want to get that song out of your head, or all these TikTok songs keep looping or whatever. The For You page is for you for a reason, and those TikTok songs have messages. Perfect example for this one. This was back in like, I don't know, 2020 or 2021. And that song that was popular on TikTok, which is If I Back It Up, or yeah, is it fast enough? When I throw it back, no, if I back it up, is it fat enough? When I throw it back, is it fast enough? That song. Okay. I was working with a very demure respectable woman, very business savvy, and that song was playing while I was energetically cleaning out her house. Instead of listening to the sexual content of it, I went, who the fuck are you asking permission for? You're a badass. It was a message. Those songs are messages. Another thing about your spirit team and your spirit guides giving you songs in messages. If it's looping, you gotta listen to it. Look up the lyrics. See if they apply to you or the situation or the person that you need to deliver the message to. Don't just take it for granted. Look it up. Also, if someone comes to you and is like, I have a very specific thing I would like you to work on, or my spirit team is telling you, or someone on the TikTok For You page or whatever is going your spirit guides have a message for you. Does it have anything that has to do with you in it? For me, it needs to have a hip-hop song in it, some kind of Alice in Wonderland or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or some kind of fucking reference of something I know. Your guides are not going to communicate to you in a foreign language like that. Now, if you're working with someone else's guides, you can ask, can you put this in a language I understand? And it'll flip it. Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it for you. But your team's going to talk to you. So that's some basic rundown help for spirit guide stuff and the stuff that I figured out along my pathway and journey. The people that are in my real life, I have spirit guide versions of them, or sometimes the spirit guide version of them is the 3D form of them. I have a revolving door, which I think a lot of people who are healers or work with, do this as a profession, they have a revolving door for spirit guides as well. You have a main guide that stays with you constantly. Spirit guides can be an aspect of you. They could be an aspect of somebody that you know. You can ask to see a past life connected to that version. You can ask, who is that spirit guide in my current now moment? And then set up your coding. Don't let someone else tell you what your signs and symbols are. Make it make sense to you. Build a relationship with them. They're waiting to talk to you. Okay, bye.
This is a spirit guide post. So I never realized that it wasn't known that when you call spirit guides in, that they just sit there. You have to give them a point of command. For example, if you were to say something like, I called in all of the archangels and the demons and all the deities that I'm connected with. Or even you called in your oversoul. They are sitting there waiting for you to give them a point of command. I call on my 24th dimensional self. Okay. To help me with this working. To help me with this healing. To remove all of the blockages from what I'm about to.
This one in particular is really specifically, has different answers for each different person. Examples. When Kate and I are working together, if we both start singing a song at the same time, and we're both like, yes, go off, we know that that song is a message that we are headed in the right direction. It's like a confirmation message. If we get a song and it's looping and we're like, this one part of the song is looping, we have to try to figure out what does that song mean? So Kate the other day got Married in a Hurricane, right? From Married in a Hurricane, or that's not how it goes, but anyway, from Encanto. Yes. Well, that didn't mean storm. It meant marital trouble with the person that she was working with. There were storms all around and they were pretending like it wasn't happening in their marriage. Sometimes it'll be the lyrics you need to look up for the message. Sometimes it'll be an emotion that the song brings. I'm with Liz today, and one of the most interesting things happened to me, and I'm surprised that it hasn't come up before this. A song came up, and I was like, does this song mean anything to you? And she's like, no, I have no clue. And I was like, okay, can you ask them to please put it in a language you understand? And then she did, but then we realized, I was like, we asked the guide, we said, hey, whichever spirit guide of mine communicates in song, could you please update your music selection to songs that I know? And we felt like so much movement. It was like their song guide was like in 70s DJ like format. And I asked her, I said, do you get songs in your head that you don't know? And she's like, all the fucking time. All the fucking time. And they were doing her clean mental space room and the music matched finally. It was cool. I find it difficult to always stay respectful of cultures and practices and belief systems sometimes. Like, this is an example. This is a mild example of it that I could get, like, dragged for. I think it's ridiculous that we call them spirit guides because people are constantly thinking their spirit guides are giving them clues or hints and that they're misunderstanding them. Your spirit team works for you. You are the manager. So if that's like the manager of a restaurant asking the busser for directions on how to run the restaurant. It drives me nuts. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, but let's think of it like this. You had amnesia. Majority of us had amnesia. Okay. Your team, your spirit guides, they're set up for the last time you set things up with them before the amnesia set in. So that's like if you purchased a phone from eBay and they didn't reset the settings and it had all that stuff still on it. Okay. So this is the first step I want you guys to try. You're going to say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please upgrade my system. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please upgrade my source cord. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please upgrade my communications manual between myself and my spirit team. Okay, now I want you to try to set things up with your spirit team the way that makes sense for you. Like, for instance, angel numbers are fine. That's totally fine. But what do they mean to you? I want to see 4s when I want to rest, when I need to rest. I see 138 when I'm about to go through a transformation. I see vultures when it's connected to ancient Egypt or it's connected to rebirth. I feel pain in lower back if it's connected to finances. I feel things in my shoulder connected to people's moms, to their dads, whatever, because I'm set up to be a guide. I'm set up to be a guide. I'm set up to be a guide. Your spirit guides, your spirit team, they are a support system for what you naturally do. Find out who is on your team that you hired already, and then hire different people. If there's someone that you really get along with, like your best friend, you have the best communication in the world, see if they can be one of your spirit guides. You can set that up like this. Spirit, if it's in the highest good and both souls consent, please allow the most healed version of myself and my friend to be each other's spirit guides. You are the manager. You make the shots. They're there. They're your support team, but they are not your guides. The power lies inside of you. Okay, goodbye.
Spirit Guides, Part 3. The Sassy Relatives. Hola, señora. Oh, hi. Hi there. What is your purpose as their spirit guide? Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. This is literally not for me. This is for the human that you guide. What are you talking about? The cryptic ones. Hey man, so what's your purpose as their spirit guide? I'm here to combat space monkeys. Yeah? Are the space monkeys entities? Bingo. And my personal favorite, the ones that talk in song. Hey, so you've like told me your purpose, but why are you around them? Like, why are you guiding them? I love that. That's my problem. He said he loves bad.
Oh,
So
spirit
I have
guide
some
communication
more spirit
with
guide
Kate.
healings for y'all. For communication, I was on a live last night and I realized that there's a few more things that I can give y'all as some healing. And I'm going to write them all on the screen as I do them. So first one, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please activate my own house cleanse, like your house cleanse, to all of my spirit guides and all of my spirit guides' respective rooms. And then you can go, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please remove any and all mirages from my spirit guides. Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please activate the intrusive thoughts healing to myself and my spirit guides. And then you can say, Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please clear any and all blockages on my spirit guides' pathways connected to myself. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please put all of my guides' communication in a language that is conducive to myself and that I myself can understand. Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please release and return all soul fragments, cleanse and purify them since the rightful owners this time. Bye.
A little bit about what her spirit guide readings entail. She can see your spirit guides as if they're standing right in front of her, as clear as she sees you and me. When I tell you this broad is one of the most talented, spiritually gifted people that I've ever met in my entire existence, I'm dead serious. And the dedication that she puts into her work is, it can't be compared. It really can't. So she taps in, and she doesn't just look at them and describe what they look like. She describes what they look like, she draws what they look like, and she asks them questions like, what can your human call you? What is your purpose for being in their life? What messages do you have for them? These readings of hers take about an hour or more. And I've seen her artwork and her dedication and her verbiage that goes into it. It's phenomenal. Not to mention she's done mine before. It's spot on.
And ever seem to try and ask for help. Yeah! You're sitting here, what? Crying in my progress. Yeah! I did the wrong queen of crying was a progress.
You don't like me? That's fine.